Hello and welcome to my review of the MT-09 Tracer from Yamaha. I've owned this bike about, since November last year. Didn't get a chance to ride it through the winter. Bought it from Chorley Yamaha down south, got it shipped up to Dunfermline in Scotland and got a really good deal on it. It's just over £7,200. Traded in an R1 Yamaha, cross-plane R1 Yamaha for it. So obviously a bit of a change, but getting a bit older, a bit wiser apparently. And yeah, it was time for a little change. So I was a little concerned because I've had sports bikes all my life, particularly Yamaha R1s. So obviously there's bags of power and handling, but yeah, time for a little change. 46 years old now, so don't need to be screaming around the countryside with my hair on fire. So yeah, so what do I think of the bike so far? Well, I've ridden just over 3,000 miles now. Pretty much dry conditions, as you can see, just over 3,000 miles. Been to the Isle of Man TT this year, rode there back forward with some soft luggage on. The only option I got fitted in the bike were actually heated grips, and those are the Yamaha heated grips, and they're actually integral to the dash, which is, I mean, absolutely brilliant. So I mean, you can just pop that through the dash with using the menu button. So they've been absolutely fantastic. Highly recommend them. The bike's been fantastic actually. Obviously it's not got the top end power of a sports bike, but it has got lots of bottom end torque, being a triple. A lot of people complain about the tyres, the standard D222 Dunlops, but I haven't had any issues with them whatsoever. And you can see 3,000 miles, still got a bit of wear on them, and you can see that they've been right over to the sides, no issues whatsoever, and to the point of actually getting the pegs down on both sides, which is one of the issues of the bike, I would say. It's got a slight tendency to bottom out, especially with these big long hero blobs here, so it's maybe worthwhile looking at getting them taken off, although they're probably a warning sign that you're probably riding the bike beyond its design limits a little bit, and maybe you should just back off a bit. So actually the bike's been great. The bike's been a fantastic ride. It's handles really well, really easy, really comfortable riding position. You sit up fairly high, obviously big straight bars. Compared to the R1, as you can imagine, it's a big change. Suspension is fairly firm for an upright bike, which is fine by me because it suits my riding style, but it might not suit everyone. And it does tend to, over potholes, jar a little over potholes and bumps, which is something that's just one of these things. One of the other issues that's widely reported on these is obviously the screen. This is the standard screen. I keep it set in the lowest setting. I'm 6'6", which is always a challenge on a bike of any description or size, but I keep it in the lowest setting. It is noisy, it does buff it, but I stick some earplugs in, just foam earplugs, and that makes such a difference to the ride. Yeah, so the bike, as I say, it's done over 3,000 miles. I'm not planning to do anything else to it really. I like it the way it is. I'm not planning to put a loud exhaust in it and ruin it by bursting my eardrums or putting any cheap and nasty other items on it. The only thing I did put on the bike when I bought it was this mobile phone holder, and I got it from M&P Accessories. 20 quid, wires into the auxiliary plug, which sits under here under the dash, and it's probably about a 30-minute, 45-minute job if you kind of have got any mechanical sympathy at all. One thing I have been really impressed by the bike is the range on the tank. So, and if you've ever ridden a cross-plane R1, you know they're thirsty, and you're probably talking about 115 miles to the tank before the red lamp comes on. This bike, I've had 180 miles on a tank before it starts to flash on the dash, which is great. And that wasn't riding it conservatively. That was, giving it the beans, as we say. Yeah, one other thing to note is probably the seat height adjuster. So you've got two seat heights. I've always got it on the high setting, obviously being fairly tall, but you can drop it down quite easily just by removing the rear seat, removing the rider's seat, and then just move a plastic bracket back, and it drops back down quite easily, and away you go. So yeah, that's MT9 Tracer, 3,000 miles in, absolutely loving it, would highly recommend it to anyone who's getting a bit fed up of having their wrists sore on a sports bike and maybe thinking of a change. You've still got the handling, you're not doing stupid speeds, but you can still have fun. And at £7,200, it's not to be sniffed at. So there you go. Thanks very much for listening, and hope it's been of some use to you. Bye bye.